sometimes I say names are very helpful, but at the same time can be very deceptive. Because when you give a name to a reality, then forever you make it distinct from other things. Sometimes, for example, maybe some Christians, some Muslims had some theological differences. Because at certain time, one topic was very hot. As soon as we gave a name to those who believe in this side and another name to those who believe in the other side, then forever we make them separate. It's now very difficult, after centuries that they have understood themselves a different church or different sect of Islam, to realize that this was not really something that they had to divide over. When you give a name, this can be very dangerous. So I am very hesitant to give names to different understandings and different interpretations of religion, because I am worried that after some time, then it may become a new sect, a new denomination, and they think they have everything in their support to think that they are different from the other people. Another verse is the verse 13 of chapter 42. This is also one of the key verses. شَرَعَ لَكُم مِّنَ الدِّينِ مَا وَصَّى بِهِ نُوحًا. God says He has ordained for you of religion what He enjoined Noah. وَالَّذِي أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ, and what we have revealed to you. وَمَا وَصَّيْنَا بِهِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَمُوسَى وَعِيسَى, and also what we have enjoined Moses and Jesus and Abraham. The same concept. What is that? أَنْ أَقِيمُوا الدِّينَ وَلَا تَتَفَرَّقُوا فِيهِ. To set up, to establish the faith, the religion, and don't divide. God wanted people to unite around the truth. If we submit ourselves to the truth, definitely we'll be united. People who submit themselves to God and to the truth cannot be divided. God is the focal and the central point for our unity. Unity of God, if it is understood properly and implemented properly, leads to unity of people. And if we divide, no matter what name we give to our division, we are going away from God. So God says what He has asked Noah and Abraham and Moses and Jesus and Prophet Muhammad is أَقِيمُوا الدِّينَ وَلَا تَتَفَرَّقُوا فِيهِ. You must establish this religion of submission to truth and don't divide. It's impossible that two people who are submitting themselves to the absolute truth to be divided, because absolute truth is only one. We don't have, alternative truths. We don't have alternative facts. Now, I want to end with two verses and then open for your questions and discussion. I kept them for the last part of my discussion. One is the verse 19 of chapter 3. إِنَّ الدِّينَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ الْإِسْلَامِ. Truly, religion in the sight of God is an Islam. Some people say, look, this means that the only religion which is accepted by God is Islam. And they mean by Islam, Islam is narrower sense. But Islam here means the same orientation that Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Prophet Muhammad emphasized on. The same approach, the same direction. The other verse that is also related and sometimes misunderstood is verse 85 of chapter 3. وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِ غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ وَهُوَ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. Whoever seeks, whoever adopts any religion other than Islam would not be accepted from it. And he would be in loss in the hereafter. So again, some people say this means Islam in its narrow sense. But my understanding is this is Islam in its original sense. This is Islam that all prophets and messengers quote. And that is the Islam that we had in the verse وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ دِينًا مِمَّنْ أَسْلَمَ وَجْهَهُ لِلَّهِ وَهُوَ مُحْسِنٌ. Islam means to submit your face to God and do good. And one evidence, further evidence, extra evidence for this is the fact that this verse says whoever accepts anything other than Islam would be in loss in the hereafter. It means that whatever he has done in the name of religion, in the name of God, would not add to his credit in the hereafter. Because he has not followed the proper religion of God. But this understanding contradicts another verse in the Quran, which says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالَّذِينَ هَادُوا وَالنَّصَارَى وَالصَّابِئِينَ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا فَلَهُمْ أَجْرُهُمْ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ وَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. Verse 69 of chapter 2. This is my last verse, and please follow this word by word. Truly, those who believe, the Jews and the Christians and Sabbats, whoever believes in God and the hereafter and does righteous deeds, the reward is with the Lord, and there is no fear upon them, neither grief. This verse shows that regardless the titles, first God mentions believers in Islam, in the narrow sense, Christians, Jews, and Sabbats. But then he says, Man amana billah. Because maybe sometimes there are people who call themselves Muslims or Christians or Jews or Sabbats, but they don't have real faith. Maybe there is no honesty here, no sincerity here. But whoever believes in God and the hereafter and does righteous deeds, God will reward them. And they have no fear and grief. So, my humble understanding is this. If God says that they have reward with the Lord, this means that the verse which says that those who have any faith other than Islam will be losers in the hereafter that Islam must be Islam in general sense, in broader sense. In other words, the question is very simple. Either through our religious traditions, through our religious orientations and affiliations, over years, we Muslims, Christians, Jews, and others, either we have come to the point that we truly believe in God and the hereafter and the righteous settlement. If you have come to this, if our religiosity has these fruits, then we would be receiving our reward from God and would have no fear and grief. But if we have been hiding our selfishness, our own games behind religion and behind God, then we should not expect any reward from God. Either me, year by year, if not day by day, at least year by year, I have become more truthful, more submissive to the truth, doing more good or not. If I am a true believer in God, I should show a record of opening more and more toward the truth. A record of being more and more an instrument for doing good and bringing good. Some people say, no, this verse doesn't mean this. It means believers, Jews, Christians, and Sabbatites, if they embrace Islam in the narrower sense and do righteous deeds, then they have reward. So no place for Christians or Jews. It's just a call and invitation for them, but then it should be filtered. Only those who come through this filter, they will have reward. But I say, if this is the meaning of this verse, why you don't add polytheist and atheist as well? Because if polytheists and atheists also at the end embrace Islam in narrower sense, they will be rewarded. Why we need to mention only the people of the book? If the idea was no matter what you have after you embrace Islam in narrow sense, you have reward, we can say the same thing to atheists, that if you change and you become a monotheist and believe in the Quran and the Prophet, then you can have reward. We can say to polytheists the same, we can say to idol worshippers the same. Why God is only addressing the people of the book? So my understanding is, they don't need to change religion to receive this promise. They just need to refine more their religiosity. Between Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and other divine religions, there is no wall, there is no partition. You are not going from one religion to another religion. You are not discussing one religion after another religion. These are all branches of the same tree. Branches of the same river, rays of the same sun. What is important is not that much which branch you are claiming to hold. What is more important is, in the end of the day, how much you are submissive to the one who has this is not something that me and you can judge about other people. This is just something for every person to reflect. How much we are submissive to God. How much we are restless in our search for truth. Sometimes people are bothered by understanding new things. Are bothered if someone shares with them new truth. But a true believer in God should be thirsty for truth, should be searching for the truth. No matter friend or enemy offers us the truth, no matter someone older or younger, far or near, if they tell us something true, we should accept it. It may start with little things, something between me and my neighbor, something between me and my colleague, something between me and my wife or husband. But these are all attempts to open to the maximum, to the absolute truth, which is God. So I hope with my, maybe not very clear way of explanation, but I hope I managed to do a little justice, and thank you very much for your attention.
There should be a significant number of questions after that speech. So I was thinking tomorrow I have an interfaith meeting, and I was thinking about my good friend Chitar, who is deeply and profoundly sick. And he's charity, and he's searching for God. And there's a sense that the truth has come to him as clearly as it's come to me, in ways that it's come to me. And we need to work with that. What are some of your questions or questions of clarification, questions, challenges, any other for Dr. Shaw? Go ahead.
Sorry, I was late, but I'd like to close some of the last but if we theoretically then assume that the last prophet of Islam, was not sent, and the religions were continued the way the Christians and the Jews continued their religion, all of us would have either also the people of the book, and us Muslims would have continued that religion. Are you of the concept then, and that humankind has become God, would have achieved success and would have been rewarded the same way had not the prophet come with that message?
I think no one would be able to deny how much that message improved the condition of people who lacked understanding and were involved in lots of immoral and superstitious ideas, and how much Islam improved the condition. At the same time, no one denies that in the name of Islam, like in the name of any other religion, lots of bad things have happened. What is important is to see what was the message, what was the personality of the person who reintroduced that message, what sincere believers in that message did over history, and on the other side, what some people who are ignorant or selfish try to do, misusing this name. I think anyone with fair understanding would accept that it has improved lives of hundreds of millions of people. And the main
I think problem is, and I have mentioned this in some other discussion, that humanity, whenever is gifted by God a unifying message, accepts that message, then starts fighting over that unifying message. The Quran says, كَانَ النَّاسُ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا فَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ النَّبِيِّينَ مُبَشِّرِينَ وَمُنذِرِينَ. First people were one united nation. They were divided. God sent prophets to bring unity. Then they started fighting. But this time they started fighting after being given knowledge. So we see Jesus comes and brings unity, but after that people are divided. Moses comes and brings unity, after that people are divided. Prophet Muhammad the same. Why? Because this is not a problem of Arabs or other nations. This is not a problem of certain times. It's a problem of humanity. We are very resistant to unity because we think in division we can do our own selfish game better. Unity means you have to be very sincere. Unity means you have to sacrifice your preferences. Unity needs lots of suffering. And only true servants of God who put the will of God above their own desires can work for unity. So, we, I think, have enough of experience to go beyond what some religious people do and understand that these are not problems coming necessarily from their religions. These are problems coming from human beings that are hiding themselves under sacred names and titles.
Go ahead, and then go ahead and go ahead.
I try to integrate the perspective what I have learned from Christ as semester. So we're talking about paradigms, like tourist things, secularists, all these things. So I was wondering if the branches of this tree, they're just supposed to know each other and discuss the similarities, or what they discuss. So with that paradigm in mind, we can't have any preaching of one's religion or invite others to convert to different religions. So what does it mean when a Muslim converts to a Christian or a Christian converts to Islam? So is it necessary with that paradigm in mind? So, or not? We're just kind of talking about commonalities, similarities, and no, because we have differences. You know, for sure we have differences in our doctrine, in our I think ethics are the same. Ethical issues will be the same, but how about differences?
Great. I think we all need to convert. There is one general conversion that we all need, and that is a kind of deep transformation. That we should turn back to God. We should try to open ourselves to God. That's the main conversion. And Muslims, Christians, Jews all need this conversion. After that, then it's a matter of how better you can show your submission to God. You would always try to understand better and better the will of God. You try to understand what presentations of the will of God, of the truth, is available. But this is the main issue. Sometimes we, instead of paying more attention to submission to God, we pay more attention to how to show submission. Muslim prayer, for example, Christian prayer, these are ways of expressing your submission or devotion. If we have these expressions, but we don't have that submission, this is not going to help us that much. So I say, let's all go back towards God. Let's all meet in God. And after that, it would not be very difficult for us to see beauty in each other and help each other and co-journey together. Maybe someone finds that this is the best way, someone thinks that another way, but first we have to establish that we are no longer selfish, we are no longer biased, we are just thinking about what God wants from us. This is, I think, something that with complete humility we have to accept. No matter how religious we are, how much people respect us, I think we need all to have a new turning towards God. Especially in this age, I think our reliance on God and devotion to God must be much, much more so that we can face all the challenges. And this is something that I think we all can do together and it will help if we do it all together.
I teach here, and I want to thank you for giving this opportunity to learn. And I want to ask you a question from a theological, a Christian perspective. And one word that bothered me is the submission.
Yes.
In human relationship, I found myself almost allergic to submission. And if I understood you correctly, submission to God is the way to find the truth and the way to find unity among us, all these great religions. I kind of see myself as a victim of colonialism, Japanese colonization. And that's why, I am allergic to submission. And the way that I see God is that God is a relation. And for the past 2,000 years, the dominant metaphor for God is a ruler. But, as I encountered Jesus, God is a relation. And God wants me to be truly who I am instead of submitting myself to God. God wants me to live as who I am. And in this relationship, the absolute love with God and the live in harmony. And that's the way that I interpret God and human relationship. So when you use the word submission, I interpret it in terms of my human experience. But we have some different interpretation when you apply this word to our human relationship to God.
Thank you very much. As we said, we have to be able to understand that bad experiences or misuse of certain concepts does not mean that those concepts are bad. It's possible that people have misused submission to God in order to justify their own power or their own position. But this doesn't mean that the concept is wrong. I have difficulty in understanding how, without trying to adapt myself to the will of God, I can have a good relationship with myself, let alone other people. It is only when I believe in God as the absolute truth, absolute beauty, absolute knowledge, absolute mercy, that now I have a clear target that I can aim at approaching. And at the same time, I know that if I approach these targets, not only I have better relation with myself, but also I have better relation with other people. This is the way I understand submission to God. But if someone wants to put himself in the position of God and say, you have to submit yourself to me, that's another issue. But I think we should actually try to promote this concept of submission to God and clarify these issues. But there is no way for humanity, with so much of diversity that we have, to acknowledge our common godly nature without having God always as a point of reference and trying to get closer to Him.
I think you've got a topic that we should have a whole seminar. Go ahead, Christopher.
I was attracted to the title of your talk tonight, the concept of religion in the Quran, because I didn't think there was one. But my understanding of religion is that it was a Roman idea, Roman term, something to do with scrupulous observance, and it's for a long time in the history of the monotheists, it wasn't really until a Christian encountered science that religion got on the map. That's a contrasting way of knowing. So my question is, what is religion? In the Quran, and is it really a useful term, especially in terms of encountering non-theists, if you will, Asian Muslim traditions, and whether there's a different experience you have of encounter with Buddhists and Hindus and Taoists, historically or personally, and isn't that a more viable term like wisdom traditions, something like that?
Thank you. We have some notions which can be taken as equivalent to religion. One is deen. Deen, as we have been quoting these verses, is normally understood in this context as religion, although